And then I will now I will share a video, a very brief video, which is already available in YouTube, to talk about what this process of career development is, what we do, and then we can talk about with some discussion. Vivek, Akshata, and Nagaraj are there. If you have any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, I keep explaining what I know. So let me just share the video. First, I need to select the video. Just be there. In the meantime, Vivek, you can introduce yourself. Akshata and Nagaraj can also introduce themselves. Vivek, go on, please.
Yeah, basically, namaskara to all of you. My name is Vivek Palsule. I work with Dinakar in this doHow. And this is a very unique concept, which we call as the doHow. And the best part of this doHow is that we don't tell anything. It's all by Socratic method, where people realize it by just questions. And since it is able to, people are able to grasp it through the questions, that's the time when the power of the doHow gets unleashed. And practically, that's where you really get to understand what are the real things which are there, realize it yourself, and then there are no hurdles in doing whatever you realize in the fastest. That's the biggest advantage of doHow. What you see behind Dinakar is there are few chakras here, and these chakras are basically for businesses as well as individual careers, and which Dinakar will explain in a short while. These chakras gives you a structured approach in understanding which flow of yours in your career is getting blocked, and thereby understanding what actions you need to take in that particular flow so that your career moves to the next level. And this keeps on happening because all these chakras are continual and perennial chakras. So without any further this thing, I'll hand it over to Dinakar if it is okay with you.
Others.
I'll ask Nagaraju and Akshata and everybody else to introduce themselves. Yeah, to begin with, Nagaraju.
Yeah. Yes, good morning to all. I'm Nagaraj. Now I'm working with Bosch, and also I worked under our Dinakar sir also. With his guidance, I got a lot of success in my life in the way of education. So when I met him, that time I was a technician. Now I become an engineer because of his moral and guidance. And I'm also on social activities. With his guidance, we developed almost 300 government schools across Karnataka. And we developed a concept. It's a tool. Anyone can do this project in any part of the country and any part of the state. All this development, how to approach the project, how to develop the really public needs. Like that, I got a lot of guidance from Dinakar sir. And apart from that, my personal also, when I need any personal advice, I'll seek to him related to my children education or my career. And recently I've taken the guidance to join for a job, that also. So all this guidance I'm getting very positively from Dinakar sir. That's why I joined. I'm very proud to be a part of this program, and also I'm very happy to have such a great person along with me, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. So then you got Akshata and Lakshmi and LK, and then Ayaz. If you can just introduce yourself very briefly. I want to show a video and then go on to the topic of career and then talk about any questions. And also you can contribute to these topics.
Yeah, Akshata, you would like to go further?
Yeah, hi everyone. So I came across Dinakaran sir in SIT, and I'm glad to be here. I'm just looking forward to learn whatever wisdom is there to offer. So that's about it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Akshata.
Thank you.
LK is
LK.
Hello everybody.
Hi.
Good morning, Dinakara. Good morning, Vivek. Good morning, rest of the members. Myself, Lakshmikant, popularly known as LK, and connected with Dinakara and Vivek recently, not very old time, but the time flies like anything. It feels like we know each other since long time. And just to give you my background, I'm engineer by education, production engineer by education, and in industry since almost 34 years now. Handled manufacturing as well as IT part of the business, and looking forward to listen Dinakara on today's session and learn something new. Thank you very much, everybody.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Ayaz, would you like to introduce yourself? Ayaz.
Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone. Well, I mean, it's really wonderful to be here in this elite company. Well, for me, I strongly believe, that every interaction is a learning experience. Okay, and and you never know, what you will get to learn from who, where, when, and how. Okay, so and if your mind is, something which I've learned is, that if your mind is open to learning, you can learn from a child as well. So it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, who has got what experience, but if you are open to learning, you can derive any form of learning. It's like, as good as this, I mean, if you go to a well, how much water you want to draw depends on what you use, whether you use a spoon, a cup, a bucket, or you want to jump in the well, not to drown, but.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ayaz.
What do you do? What's your background?
So for me, I'm an automobile engineer. And I've worked for nearly 2 decades in different industries. I've worked with telecom, with pharma, with finance, with mortgage. And finally, I've started my own company into business consulting, content creation, and I help raise funds for businesses as well. So my focus is into debt funding, of course, and I'm looking to partner, looking out for equity funding as well.
Great.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I would just show that video. It's a small video, about 2 minutes video, which I had released. Some of you may have seen, but still I'll play that. And after that, we'll talk about one topic today, which is only one which we will. So I'll just share my screen and then share the video. Just give me a second. Share sound. And then you go here. So I go to the video and then share this video. In case you are able to, Namaskara, let me know. My dear ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? We have been delivering German manufacturing excellence to Make in India since 2013 to our diverse clients, some of whom have progressed rapidly in their careers. One of the hardworking team leaders with our client, who was being told that he needs to improve, felt let down and unfair seeing others whom he felt were not up to the mark getting regularly recognized. He first mapped all his stakeholders and developed stakeholder management strategies, followed by making time to execute these strategies. He then recorded his context, behavior, and outcome and thought through if he had clarity on the goal, had the skill and the attitude to handle the situation, along with identifying the crisis phase he was in. Once his self-confidence had improved, he detailed his plans for the next quarter by always aiming for at least 20% higher than the target and regularly estimating the outcome, like the ETA or the estimated time of arrival in Google Maps. By the end of the next quarter, not only did he receive many recognitions, but was also more self-confident and relaxed as he progressed further in his career. He had internalized the doHow of working within his circle of influence for a prosperous career. We had his back all through with our doHow app. What is your success story? Please do share. Please also subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our live videos. You can also join us on our weekly Zoom chat call on Sundays at 11 o'clock. Looking forward to hearing from you and meeting you. So thanks a lot for watching. And then now here, the first question which I got is, see, in every company or among your own connections or friends, relatives, there is always somebody who feels that, look, they're having potential, but they're not getting recognized. And how would you go about talking to them? This is what we do. Whatever I showed is what we do. How do you go about handling that situation? Have you come across such a situation where you had somebody who known to you who always felt that they're doing better, but not being recognized? Anybody wants to start? Otherwise, I'll ask Vivek or LK or Nagraj or Ayaz or Akshata to talk about that. Anybody, any one of you can go on.
Dinakar, can you please repeat again?
See, in our lives, we'll always have people whom we know, either family, friends, or relatives, or colleagues who believe that they are really good, but they feel that they're not getting recognized. That they feel that they're not getting the due respect or the due reward or for whatever that they need. That's something quite common in companies as an employee. My question is, have you come across anybody of that kind? And if you have, how have you helped them improve? How have you helped them come out of that situation?
Oh, okay. So I can share one or two of such experience from my IT company where we just got exited the business, but the people opened up very late. At last moment, two people told us that they got bullied from the other people in the company. Bullied in other sense, like as per them, it was a internal politics, and they never got recognized. They were always suppressed, and those people who did not actually do anything, but the other showed some work in the name of theirs and tried to raise their bar in the management eye, something like this, so, which typically happens in politics, right? So corporate politics. So we were thinking it's not there, but at very last moment we came to know that when actually there was nothing to take action because we were departing. So,
Okay. Okay.
but actually, I mean, it's a real life experience and very recent. Like
Okay.
last month and this month only.
Nagaraj, do you have anything of that kind, or Akshata, where you had somebody in your circle who felt that he's not really doing, or she's not doing she's doing really working hard, but then not getting recognized?
I think all of us are target of that at some point in life.
Okay.
So, as I work mostly with women entrepreneurs, I see this a lot.
Okay.
Where I've also realized the major, say one of the key reasons is self-belief.
Okay.
Because they're lacking self-belief. They feel that people don't recognize, but people who do recognize are right in front of them, but they don't realize that they are being recognized by somebody. They're looking for only that, few people that they feel are important for them to say. Let's say, you're a child, you're always looking for some kind of say acknowledgement from your parents.
Mm-hmm.
And if parents say that yes, you're doing good, that means you're doing good and you've succeeded something. But if a teacher or a friend says, then that doesn't mean anything.
Correct. The value is not there.
The value is not there. So similar thing is happening today, I think, with all entrepreneurs, that you look up to somebody, maybe peers or some kind of customers, and if you don't receive that, you don't feel. And so what did I do to help them is a lot of self-realization and telling them that be happy with what you're doing, because I truly believe that unless you are happy, you won't see anything good around you.
Correct. Very true. Very
We did a lot of sessions in terms of self-motivation, basically making them realize that they are worth it.
Okay. Super.
That probably helped them.
Yeah. Anybody else want to add to what Akshata said? Ayaz or Nagaraj?
Well, I mean, if I may, so I have a different kind of experience to share. Okay, so I'll share the experience of my you can say ex-boss, or rather, ex-boss of my previous company, and now he's a very good. I mean, we started off as good friends, and then it was only because of bureaucracy and the corporate this thing, he was my boss. So since we had worked together, I knew his ability. I knew what kind of thought process he has, after I started my own company, he had moved out. He moved to Accenture, and he told me. And one day, like when I met him after a very long time, he told me that Ayaz, send me your CV. I'll get you a job in which you'll get like X lakhs per annum. I said, okay, fine. I mean, I said, okay. How much are you earning? Like as a senior manager, what is your salary? He said, Y lakhs per annum. Okay, fine. Well, do one thing. Start your own. The amount you're making per annum, I'll help you make that amount in 1 month.
Mhm.
Okay. That kind of hit him.
Mhm.
Okay. But he didn't take it seriously.
Uh-huh.
The second time when I met him, I made the same statement in front of his wife.
Uh-huh.
Okay. His wife took it more seriously than him. And today he's like, he's got his own startup in which he's got US clients.
Oh, very good.
And he's reached out to me again, stating that, let's start a second innings together.
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
Very good.
Awesome. Great.
Very good. Very good. That's superb.
This-
Superb.
This just brings me to one point, which is very, very interesting in what Ayaz said, that if anything needs to happen, the self-realization is first thing which has to happen. As he said, he told him first time, it didn't hit him. The second time, and the moment it hit him, he started actions. So many a times in whatever we are doing, what is that self-realization we need to do? And that is what slowly in the first 2-minute video, if you would have seen, do we talk to all our stakeholders? And I ask from them, what is it? What's that you're asking?
Yeah, and more than that, in my opinion, in the story, whatever you said, it is the persuasion which happened through the wife, and I'm sure everybody is confident. And if you do it the right way, you can always succeed. So one of the main reasons which we have been seeing is that everybody to succeed in a corporate environment, as an employee, the most important thing is to manage your stakeholders. Because like Akshata was telling, the parents may be somebody who's extremely important. If they are not telling you that you are doing good, then you always feel a little neglected. You always feel that you're not that confident. For that, one of the basic things that we start doing is try to map all the stakeholders of the employee to really find out who is the stakeholder who is interested in that particular person's success, and the person who is and that particular stakeholder, what is that person's influence for the person's success. For example, a boss superior could be very influential in the success, may or may not be interested in his development. Or there could be another person who is in a department which is kind of conflicting, when you call it as internal politics, what LK was telling. And in that department, some caseworker could be, or the individual contributor could be extremely influential in this person's success, but not at all interested because he's competing with him. For example, if he's the internal customer and he's trying to tell about what this person is doing in all the meetings, wherever you have emails, and then if he is talking about something good, something positive, then this person who would be feeling that neglected would automatically get visible. So the key is to really identify who the stakeholders are and what is their expectation. And based on their interest and influence, to really be able to manage them very well. Somebody, again, like LK was telling that somebody took my idea and then became big. And this again, something very, very common, right, in the organization. And then they say that this fellow is a chamcha. Therefore, he comes up in the organization. That chamcha guy is smart enough to identify the stakeholder intrinsically without really putting any effort. That's the way his entire chemistry is. He can identify the right stakeholder without any effort. But for others who can't identify who the right stakeholders are, you can do a rational process, a structured process. That's one of the activities that we do. But more than that, it is important that we talk about these issues and to say that, look, there is a solution in the world for all these issues. So those who feel of that kind can approach to us or anybody, any professional help, so that they can find a solution. That's the only message I want to give. And then before I end, any concluding words from any of you? Our sessions would be very short, 30 minutes maximum, because otherwise it will be quite tiring. Today, our session was only on stakeholder and identifying the stakeholder. Anybody wants to talk about anything as a concluding remark? Otherwise, we will end.
Sorry, I missed because of the net connection last couple of sentences.
No, I was just telling LK that the most important thing is to identify who your stakeholders are and to make sure that the stakeholders are managed effectively so that they are happy. Only then will you be happy. Many times we feel that, look, I'm doing the job correctly, I'm doing it very sincerely, but somebody is recognizing. It's not about them recognizing. Many a time they don't even know that you are doing a good job. And that doesn't mean that you go on keeping publicizing and keeping propagating what you do, but it is important to understand how do you manage each of the stakeholder. That is what I was trying to say, and that's the that's one of the
second thing
core,
which he added was
one of
there
the
is an
keys to success.
influence and interest. What Dinakar was suggesting was that there is an influence and interest in you of that stakeholder, which is equally important too. These are the 2 points which Dinakar mentioned while you missed.
Okay, so for doing this, anyway, before conclude, since there was no remark, I'll show you one more screen of mine. I have developed what is called as a doHow app. In the doHow app, one of the activities which happens is the stakeholder assessment. This is something which is what that happens in the stakeholder assessment. First, I'll select myself as the executive, for example, here. And after that, okay, there is something already available. So let's go to a different name. I keep doing demonstration for so many people, so it's always something will be available. Yeah, so here I chose an executive. This is again a dummy executive. I don't want to choose executive of the clients, then it will be a problem. So here I got stakeholder details. I just have to add it. This is basically a guided discovery. It's an app for guiding people to think in a structured way. I write the stakeholder name, stakeholder classification. What is he? What kind of a stakeholder? Then whether it's a professional or a personal stakeholder, because it's important to understand that I can also be talking about for my own plan, personal plan. I can talk about my family. My father could be the stakeholder, could be a personal stakeholder. It could be the father or mother. What is the context? And then what is the expectation of that particular stakeholder? I write down here. See, again, if you look at, there is what is called as NLP, which talks about neuro-linguistic programming. Our brain works with words and with the language. So if you are able to articulate whatever you are thinking, it is a big step towards achieving progress. Therefore, it's important that we note down here what is the stakeholder expectation, then identify the interest, and let us say the interest is low and the influence is high. If that is the case, I have defined based on my experience this suggested engagement strategy. Here, if the interest is low and the influence is high, it is important that you in some way or the other anticipate and meet the needs even before that person knows that there is a need. That means it is important for us to identify what that person's needs are, what are the drivers of that person, so that we can anticipate and meet the need even before the need exists. Then automatically his interest will increase and the influence will be high. Therefore, our success will be good. Next is, how good are you executing the success strategy? Is it missing, weak, okay, or normal? Let us say if it is weak, then I have an option in this app. This is kind of a daily planner for us. I can initiate a task for myself. What is the task description? Maybe try a meeting the employee of Suresh, for example, and the date on which I want to do. What is the desired due date? When will I start date is that much? What is the desired due date? And once I give this in, then automatically this will be in my tracker, so that it is not yet started, not started still. And I can also add a routine which says every day I want to, evidence could be every day I want to take a picture, or let us say I want to take a text of myself. What is the report? Topic is confidence. I can say report hint is note down feelings in the morning while seeing yourself in the mirror, for example. I want to do this, and then this one I want to see the mirror and find out what do I feel. And once I've done this, then I basically say that I want to do it every day, and every day I do that and submit it. Once I submit it, then this becomes as a part of, oh, I need to enter all these things. So let us say I'll put everything, something. I'm just doing a trial here to show quickly what it does. Then after that, I would make an entry. So once I submitted this, now I do a daily report. That's a basic idea of this end objective of this one. Now I can go to the daily report, routine report, and then select the, I mean, since I am a super admin, I need to select the user. Otherwise, a normal user's the report automatically comes up here. Now, if I come here to the task report, it says text report. It says confidence, note down the feeling in the morning while seeing yourself in a mirror. So every day, the other things are all from the other demonstrations which I have done. So here, every day in the morning, I should write down what do I feel. And just by doing this, one is I'm trying to reinforce my feeling, making it much better. And at the same time, I'm trying to make sure that my confidence is getting built up, you know. And at the same time, I'm trying to identify what actions I can do so that how do I know that this particular critical stakeholder can be satisfied, his needs can be met by speaking to Suresh. So all this I did over maybe a minute or two. And by doing that, it's a structured way of making sure that anybody, everybody is born to succeed. Everybody is born to live. Anybody can succeed and become happy and satisfied in their lives. That is what we do. Balu, thanks a lot for joining. Balu, would you like to introduce yourself very briefly? We can also switch on the camera. So Balu is a very close friend of mine. He is the big boss of Triveni Turbines. LK is from Pune. Then Ajay is from Bangalore. Akshata is also from Bangalore. Balu, would you like to introduce yourself, please? Turn on your camera. Balu, we are not able to hear you.
You're on mute, Balu.
Okay, I think there is some technical glitch
challenge
there. So
on
it's okay.
What I wanted to stress on what Dinakar just demonstrated, that this structured way, whatever we learn, as Ayaz said that he would like to learn from everybody and everything wherever it is possible. Every learning opportunity is for growth, which all of us do. But the challenge is that whatever we learn, how well do we practice it? And how do we practice it? And this is what the doHow platform helps you. Through the small app which Dinakar said, you can practice it as many times as you want, and then perfect and internalize that skill for your better career enhancement. In this particular case, that's all.
So with that, any other comments, any questions from anybody? LK or Ayaz or Akshata? Otherwise, we will. Yeah, please, LK, go on.
No. I mean, it was very good session, quick, small, and giving insights. Thank you very much for.
Thank you so much. Thank
this
you.
Knowledge.
Thank you.
We'd
Important is that
yeah,
stakeholder interest and stakeholder influence. They are the two things which are important.
As a closing note, I'd like to share a quote which I had penned myself.
Sure,
Okay.
please go on.
Yeah, good to have learning, better to implement, better to have the right understanding, but it's best to implement the learning with the right understanding in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Summarize it excellently in 3 sentences.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Balu, next Sunday, let us speak. This time, I think there was some technical glitch. Next Sunday, we will speak, Balu. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank
and
you.
a great
Have a
week
nice
ahead. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.